Welcome to Sidebar Sports.
Place for those sidebar conversations with mates.
A little bit of sport.
A little bit of culture.
And a bit of nonsense. Look, big episode on the way, but before we tell you what's coming up, great take from you on the socials. Don Bradman overrated.
I've really kind of unlocked the Aggie Australians all on social media. They have found me. They are fully leaning in. I'm loving it. Keep it coming. Cheers for the engagement. I was saying to Jimmy, I was like, this really reminds me of the Jim Jeffries sketch of when he's trying to talk to Americans about guns, and he's like talking about gun laws, and he's like, he's like, about 50% of you I'm talking to in this room will get this as comedy, and it's a bit of a joke and a bit of fun. You're like, all right. 30%, 20% won't really be paying attention, but then 30% will be like, fuck you, don't take my guns. And that's literally put that, but with Don Bradman and that take, it'd be like, fuck you, Don Bradman's the guy. And it was like, I've said he's one of the greatest of all times, and I like appreciate the stats and everything. I was like, that's just my take. And I was like, he's one of the greatest of all times, but I don't think you call him the GOAT. And they've just unloaded. But keep it coming. I'm here for all here for the argument, here for a bit of debate. Keep it nice, keep it mean.
Yeah, there's some great comments, but one of my favourites I wanted to read out, which is from Anthony Mason 89, which is none of this is logical. I look forward to hearing your analysis of why Gary Sobers was advantaged by World War II and Sunil Gavaskar was advantaged by the Vietnam War. That is
That's good stuff. I like
Chef
it.
Kiss. Shout out to Anthony for that one. But look, big show this morning. Recording Friday morning, the 21st. Premier League is back. So we're putting together the biggest teams, players, storylines ahead of a little because of the King. Overrated, underrated, or properly rated with Conor. Then because everyone seems to be buying a sports team or selling part of theirs, we're building our Mount Rushmore of franchises we'd buy if we had money. And finally, every athlete has a podcast now, including us ex-athletes. So I've created a list of podcasts that don't exist but should. Yeah. Which we're going to tell Conor a bit late. But kick things off. Prem's back,
mate. We are so back.
Wasn't it like a month that the World Cup was on?
Yeah, a month ago. About a month ago.
Yeah.
World Cup final. Yeah. It's so good. It's a Prem that I was literally getting with like kind of withdrawal of sorts. Just. The World Cup was unbelievable, but then there's something about just the familiarity and the consistency of the Prem that is just something that's good for the soul.
I think it's 31 days.
31 days, yeah. It's mental how long, like, that feels like a lifetime in football, but how much football you get each year is just insane, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I do love, like, a World Cup. We were even, I'm back doing NFL afters with ESPN as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, you enjoy the off-season. I was like, I didn't really feel like an off-season because, like, obviously there's other sports, but just a World Cup is like this behemoth and this monster that you're talking about. But I'm excited.
The past 31 days, it's been proper, like, what are we doing ourselves? It's like real, like, Escobar stuff when he's there, just like in the pool on the swing. Just like dudes waiting for football to start again.
Yeah, bring the Prem back. Yeah. We do have a fantasy one as well, which Conor set up. I should do a post as well, a grid post.
Yeah.
So people see that. So if you want to play some fantasy with us, code will be here. I'll put that up in post-production.
Get involved. Jim and I are trying to work out some potential awards that we'll get for the winner. Maybe there will be top 4 qualification Champions League football.
Oh, yeah. Or like our team, Chelsea, and you don't want to play European football and just concentrate on the league. We'll get a prize back together. There'll be some sort of clothing, I'm sure, from some of our friends, some booze. We've got a lot of alcohol brands as well, but we'll put together a little something for the winner. So jump on board, get involved. Love to have you in it. But Prem, I mean, before you're going to give us your underrated, overrated, properly rated, anything that really stands out? I see a lot of people picking Arsenal to do it again. I mean, they've absolutely some cracking signings.
Yeah,
credit.
I reckon we'll start off with manager for this. We'll go the three sections: overrated, underrated, properly rated. I'm starting off with manager. Overrated, Enzo Maresca. This is definitely a bit of hate. I can't help but fuck that guy. But this is combined with this kind of top flight managerial experience and kind of just like a tendency to benefit from really expensive, high talented squads that never perform. Like, I know he was with us with Chelsea and he did some like bits and did all right, but I think the cracks already showing a little bit in that first City game. Not to get overexcited about the Community Shield game, but I'm really hoping, and I think he might be proven to be a little bit overrated. He is not Pep. He's not Pep's successor. So let's see how that one goes. Sorry, then we'll rattle through the rest of them, but underrated, Frank Lampard's, properly rated, Unai Emery, My player is overrated Robert Sanchez, underrated Alex Scott, properly rated Igor Thiago, and teams I've got Arsenal, overrated. Still, the Arsenal hate is going to keep coming. Underrated Aston Villa, and properly rated Brighton.
Okay, all right. We'll go back. We'll start with the managers. So you had Maresca overrated.
Yeah.
I think on that, I would say in any sport in the world, when there's been a top tier manager of a club, like the next one's never as good.
No.
Like it doesn't matter what. I mean, you look at the Premier League, you look at like Slot came in, obviously had that bit of success, but was gone.
Yeah.
You could argue sometimes there's a little bit of the juice or the magic left from the previous manager.
Yeah. I've just done the Mourinho doc, and it's after his first spell, eight managers in the time from when he left to when he came back.
Yeah, at Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Yeah. So I think like there might be a little bit of juice there, a little bit of magic left. But I so many times you don't want to be the guy that follows the guy. You know what I mean? Like when there's a legend, you don't want to be the one that you kind of want to be the one after that. You kind of want to sit there and go, I'll just wait until that goes.
No, you go first, buddy. After you, man.
Yeah, it's like you're at the bar and you're waiting to get a beer, and suddenly like you let someone else in. They're a bit like, how come you let me get a beer?
Yeah,
no, mate, you go first. You order. So why the fuck would someone else let me in?
What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. There's end of the cake. Yeah. You get the drinks.
The line's fucked.
Yeah, bit of
really
froth, just had a load of it. Yeah. Oh, it's great.
So I think I completely agree with that. Who'd you have for
underrated? Frank.
Oh, Frank.
My main one with Frank was, I still go back. I know he's done an amazing job with Cov. I'm so excited to see what they do. I think they could actually be quite a frisky team this year, but I think you have to go back to his first permanent spell with Chelsea when he did those couple of years, 2019 to 2021, was praised for kind of obviously promoting the academy youngsters during a transfer ban, but then he led us in that time to a top 4 finish in an FA Cup final, and we had a win rate with him of 43.9%. Next above him in all-time Chelsea managers is Maresca, but you look at what Maresca had in terms of resources, players, and Frank did that with all of our academy, basically a bunch of academy players and kind of old-timers that were left around. I just think he's such an underrated. I think he's such an underrated manager. Did a ridiculous job with Cov in the champ last year. So yeah, I think Frank Lampard still needs to get his flowers.
Yeah, no, I love that. I can't disagree with that. I hope he has success. It's always weird seeing him in like another team's uniform or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm okay with the West Ham stuff because I think that's where he came from and his dad and stuff. But when he scored that goal against us in the City jersey, it was just like, what the fuck?
Fuck yeah, and even he was like,
I think he felt awful. I wish him his success and get his flowers. But
he's one of those. It's Frank Lampard in another team's jersey, similar to what like Daly Cherry Evans is in the Rooster jersey.
There's certain players and you're like, what? This just doesn't gives me the ick.
What is this multiverse?
Yeah, so when your missus walks out in a dress and it's not good and you're not quite sure what to say, she's like, does this look good? Oh, do I look fat in this?
How many times has that happened?
I just don't say anything anymore. Don't go shopping. Yeah, if there's advice to men out there, just don't go shopping with the missus. Come up with something. And so you're properly rated.
Unai Emery. Yeah. I think he's fluctuated between being overrated, underrated, but now I think he's kind of, his time in Villa, I think he's kind of come to where he is now, and I think he is just properly rated. He obviously has had weird tendency with big clubs. I think Arsenal, literally, he's case in point for following a big manager. His time under Arsenal, following Wenger, and that kind of big transitional phase.
Well, they named the club after him. Really hard.
And it's just like, I was like, and every time he's gone away to a not so big elite club, he's won European titles. I think he's got 5 European titles now, with multiple different clubs in the kind of the continental tiers.
Yeah.
And then what he's done at Villa, the Champions League semi-final, European trophy, European trophies, and he's just done such an incredible job. Now they're cleaning house, they're getting rid of players. Obviously, financial fair play to start, but now I think they're just cleaning house more so, getting rid of more stock than Lehman Brothers in fucking 2008. But I think he's just generally like pretty good manager. Like he's such a good manager, he's such exciting football. I think he is now just kind of come to this point in his career where he's now just properly rated. People like, you can do a lot with nothing.
Yeah. I think there's sometimes like, and it's not a disrespect. I think like, some managers need the like really top tier clubs.
Yeah.
Some managers need those middle tier, punching a bit above their weight, but there is a difference between them and sort of bottom of the table.
Yeah.
And then you have those managers that do well with sort of nothing at the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
And I think at times managers also need to figure out where they are in that hierarchy.
Yes.
I think, Emery is in a really good spot now. I think like this is a really good club for him because there is a little bit, I feel like, less pressure than those bigger clubs.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's having success with Aston Villa, and I'm sure those fans would argue they are a big club. But I'm saying not like a Chelsea or a Man U or even Arsenal, obviously.
So, yeah.
When he was there,
that was it. Yeah, God, yeah, no, 100%. It's yeah. All right, we'll move on to players then.
So again, hit me again. Go through the three.
Sanchez, Alex Scott, and Igor Thiago. Sanchez, I could go through so much of why I didn't like him at Chelsea as overrated. All the high profile like blunders. But he was, when he was more so, it was just when he was replaced at Brighton. De Zerbi replaced him with backup Jason Steele, and it was like they just didn't miss a beat. So
I've seen like heaps of stuff. I've seen heaps of stuff online. Yeah, you're reading those like pre-season things, and it's like goes through every team, whatever. And it's and there's a lot of people quite high on Chelsea. Obviously last year it just went shit. But even if you look at the start of last season, people like they're really good. But then everything I see is like manager's good, squad's good, and it's like goalkeeper bad.
Yeah.
Oh, manager, good. Midfield, good.
It's
keeper, bad. Not good.
Not good. And it's been like that. It's been relentless now. And I don't know what it is. I like keepers have just presence and aura and like vocalness. And I don't know what it is about him. He just kind of has a slight, I hate not to be mean, but like a cockiness about him. But
I think like it looks even worse because like we had Peter Cech and like he obviously left, but then we had Thibaut Courtois. And I was like, and so it was okay because it was like, well, we're replacing a all-time goalkeeper with an all-time goalkeeper, and then Qatar left us. Obviously, and went over to Real Madrid. I think that and he's still performing. He's fucking so good. Rated 90 in FIFA. Some of the FIFA ratings have come out. So
sorry, that was it. And with Emery, Villarreal, not Aston Villa. I've just
Villarreal.
Alex Scott. I genuinely think this guy, youngish talent, I don't think he gets enough credit. He really just flies under the radar as a player. Bournemouth's Alex Scott. I actually think he's probably better than Kobe Mainoo. Bournemouth were kind of just nowhere near the same team under Iraola without him, and you can see why teams like Chelsea are looking to go.
Yeah, I was going to say we're in for him
with like forever 60 million. I know obviously the market's massively inflated, but he's such an unbelievable midfielder, and he just quietly goes about his business. And I just think he isn't anywhere rated near what he should be. I don't think he's not necessarily saying he's like an amazing, like an incredible player, and he's just like one of the absolute best in the Prem already. But I just think for where he is and where probably the knowledge people have about him and what he does, I just don't think he's quite. I don't think he gets the credit where credit's due just yet. And then my properly rated is Brentford's Igor Thiago. Such a funny one because I think a lot of people actually think he's pretty shit. Yeah, but he scored 22 goals last year. And you were there like, he's not the most like technical footballers, and obviously he's had some injuries, and obviously Brentford rely on a system, but I just like, you're banging 22 goals. I know a lot of that's penalties in his Brentford system, but you're still converting them, and I think you've got to find a middle ground between when you're scoring that many goals and what people think of you, and you bring it to the middle, and I was like, all right, I think he's just about properly rated now for what he is. Yeah,
I got him I did a Premier League draft last year, and I got him, he wasn't even drafted. I got him as like a free agent.
Really?
Yeah. And then obviously like didn't help me win, but like helped me won a lot of games. So I think and obviously playing for Brazil in the World Cup, he obviously I don't think he had a great World Cup, but I feel like to your point, I can see it probably rated for him. Some people probably disagree, but all right, teams.
Overrated. Arsenal, fuck those guys. All jokes aside, I think Arsenal are very good sides. Fair play to them for winning the Prem last season after all the slander we were giving them, especially. But I'm just like, for what, in my head, Premier League caliber winning sides are, I just think I just don't know if the Prem was across the rest of the league what it has been in previous seasons, and I just think they're a little bit overrated, especially amongst Arsenal fans, of what they've been against other Premier League winners. Yeah, and I don't think they will go back to back.
You don't think they'll go back? Do you have I
know there's like stability and continuity and everything compared to all the changeover with like City and everyone now, but I don't know. That's the only thing, is that pretty much all their other rivals have had a changeover. But you know, Chelsea, clubs like Chelsea love a big change and doing well off the back of that. So as do Liverpool, winning with Klopp straight away. So who knows? But I just don't think I think they're overrated in the sense of compared to other Premier League winners. I just don't think they're at the same calibre, and I think a lot of people put them a bit too highly in that sense.
Right, underrated Aston Villa.
Aston Villa, yeah. Cleaning house. I think what they've done the past 2 seasons has been incredible. The squad they've had, obviously, you actually do look at it on the paper, is amazing. But the cleaning house now, and I think this season they will go. I think people will underrate them this season with everything they've cleared out. And I think Emery will do a really good job, and I don't think people look at them the same way, but I think they'll still be a very good side.
And properly rated.
Brighton, I just think now they can kill big teams if they need to, but they're kind of forever sort of flirting with the top 8, being in the top 8, and I just think they are what they are now, and people know that, and I think people rate them as they should. And I think they're just about right. They're kind of the Goldilocks of this sort of rating system. I
think the thing for them is which I find incredible, is obviously they're our academy, our feeder.
Yeah. They just hold their squad, yeah.
The amount of talent that they've churned through, but then they still they find these players. You know what I mean? Like that, they sell these players, and you go, well, how are they going to replace them? And they just find this
system. Them and Brentford. I think they're I just think they're people they know what they are, and I think people just rate them accordingly as they should. They get the respect they should, but I don't think it goes too much above that, and that's why I think they're just probably rated high, and I think they'll be consistent with that this year.
Well, we'll chuck up some of Conor's overrated, underrated, properly rated, see what people think.
Yeah.
See, the overrated's more fun, especially the Arsenal one.
Yeah.
I want to chat about everyone's buying a sports team, or it looks like that, or getting in, getting out of it. Lakers, Seahawks, we've got a whole bunch of different things here. Liverpool, obviously Bezos just brought into that. Chelsea, even here, Melbourne Storm. I think in Australia, a Swedish private equity firm, EQT, has bought a chunk of the Melbourne Storm for $150 million. Not as much when you look at Lakers for $12 billion or whatever it is. But still, to me, that's wild that a Swedish private equity firm's buying into an NRL team in Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah, it's so niche.
There is obviously a thing now where sport is they're seeing as just sport in general. You're getting a return on investment.
Let's go down to the fjord and kick a ball around.
But the thing we chatted about. I know yours, but I wanted to chat about Mark Walter. So
this is chaos.
Yeah, so I've been doing some research. For those that don't know, he is the chairman, owner of the Dodgers, and he's the CEO of Guggenheim Partners, co-chairman, CEO of TWG Global. Now, the Guggenheim is a museum, but it's nothing to do with that. I looked into it. The name he got by it's a very well-known, renowned name in the US. He brought someone in as a partner and then flicked them, essentially to get their name into the business.
Really?
To rebrand the business as a Guggenheim, and then just flick that guy out but he could have the name. That's how he got it.
It's it's almost like the McDonald's story of the guy, I can't remember the name of the guy, but he basically was your name
Michael
is
Keaton
American. And it's that is the name. McDonald's is so American. It's I just want your name, I don't want you.
Essentially that. He was it's because so it's a this company that it's got $300 billion in assets. It's retirement money. So people in the US will put their money in a retirement fund. It usually gets invested into really safe returns.
And this is what he's being investigated for now.
He's been investigating it into sporting teams. You're supposed to, you can do that. If your grandfather or your dad or whatever goes, I've got a retirement fund, but he's buying in as well, and he has a controlling stake. So what he allegedly hasn't done is gone to all the company and the people and gone, hey, I'm going to invest your money in a sports team. Just letting you know, I think we're going to get great returns. But I also own it, and I'm part of it. So it's he hasn't disclosed that. He led the group that bought the Dodgers for $2.15 billion. That was in 2012. But again, there's sources that say more than $1 billion of that money came from the insurance companies that he managed. Then he just went in and purchased his Dodgers, Lakers, Chelsea, LA Sparks. He bought into rodeo, a rodeo team.
Really?
He was just anything sport related. He's put his finger in that pie. And now, and he got, recently, the FBI boarded his private jet, stole his mobile phone. And that doesn't happen to
We're starting here. We're taking money back, starting here.
Yeah, your phone first. These are pretty expensive.
That's just like chaos. But the thing with the most interesting thing for this for me is the Dodgers one as well, of how successful they have been and how like reliant on this financial system that they've implemented. Obviously, been massively successful, but like what that means.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm still like it's so in depth and so much. I mean, part of the Dodgers' advantage is this TV deal that everyone speaks of, which again essentially is the person who sold it had to sell in advance against the TV rights, so they sold them at like a lower price.
Yeah.
So now essentially I think it's like $30 or $60 million a year they get on top from that for free that other teams don't.
Yeah.
Which again isn't like when you look at how much they spend, it isn't that much, but it's like it could be one huge great player. They could do that contract, or again sort of two, but it's now like I guess it's like a dumpster fire. He needs to get out of all these teams, and get out because again, it's sort of illegal what he's done, investing people's money. But it's still sort of secondary, I guess, to then everyone else buying into these things.
And I think a lot of people are kind of hypothesizing. A lot of the conspiracists are thinking like, obviously, are they looking into this now with Trump's brother in what is it? Is Kushner?
Kushner is his. Brother-in-law?
Yeah, his brother-in-law, is it?
No, it was son-in-law?
Son-in-law, that's it. Yeah. Kushner's brother is married to Melania Trump. Yeah. And it was like he wanted to get a stake in the Lakers, so it was like, this guy's a bit shady, keep looking into it. Because Trump's never put any billionaires behind bars, so it's like, is this him looking at that and being like, hey, do you want to get a team? And it was like, we know what you've done, time to get out, mate.
I don't know, like...
My son, yeah.
We were talking about just the bigger picture of the purchasing. We were Conor and I were talking about it the other day, and that like, you know, I think Mark Cuban's talked about it in the past. Like, there's only so many people that can buy these teams, even back in the day, right? But usually it was in, you know, if you're going even earlier, it was bought by the richest guy in the town. Like back in the day, it was like a local businessman or whatever. Yeah. Like they bought an NBA team or NFL if we're talking American. But then like it got to the point where it's like it became like a billionaires, you know, collecting Pokémon cards.
Mate, yeah.
And it's like. But then there was an argument around like they didn't know what they were doing because they ran a really successful business. They got to the top of their game and then they bought this for fun. Essentially, they're playing real life fantasy.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't actually know anything about sport, but you're trying to. The best owners are the ones that employed good people and sort of stayed away.
Yeah.
The bad ones are the ones that are hands on. But now it's sort of shifting away from like a billionaire's sort of toy thing. It feels more like it's now just investments.
Yeah.
Like, and which I just wonder what that does for sport, because if the people that own it are purely looking at like.
I just need financial on it.
Yeah, just looking at getting like
stock.
Yeah, it's like I'm getting money back, or you know, getting more than your money back. How does that affect sport?
Yeah,
like that's my question. Thing is if you're looking at it and just there's an element of like if you're trying to create a good experience in terms of like I don't know, like game day, and you want people like because you know ticket sales and stuff as well. I think that could be good, but like if you're just looking at it like. If you don't care what the team signs and what it does, because there's definitely like I saw someone much smarter than me, and I can't remember who it was, like talking about like the mid-tier teams.
Yeah.
Because like you could just basically like set and forget. So like as a business, you set your team up to just have a little bit of success, but never be really successful, and never because that means you don't have to spend to buy the top tier players in whatever league you're in. But then you spend enough to be like around, but then you also don't want to get relegated or not be good because then people aren't going to watch. So
you're
it's like
continental European football rather than Champions League. Yeah,
but that would be the ultimate goal of these companies because they can go. We're going to maximise return. Yeah, we're also not going to bottom out and be bad.
Steady growth rather than like a volatile. Yeah.
You don't want to, but you don't want to have top tier success because it doesn't matter whatever league you're in. As soon as you're being really successful, you have to pay those players.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to be. You want to be a Brighton.
Or in Chelsea's case, you pay them anyway. But what's interesting to me is the difference of like how that's leaking over a little bit. Because I think a lot of the American stuff, especially in basketball, was seemingly fueled by the expansion, isn't it? Obviously, the Lakers, everyone's looking at the valuation of what if they are going to for the expansion. They're looking at what you're saying, like 7 to 8 billion.
Yeah.
So it's really funny. Obviously, the Lakers being like, okay, we can just obviously do this for 12 billion rather than trying to get like a new team. It's one of the biggest franchises. The guy who bought the Trailblazers as a Dundon, he basically went and did the same thing. Of being like, okay, if the expansion's happening, I can just get in now for 4.24 billion, and then maybe I can look at relocating the team. Like the power these like franchises have now in the cities. Like I saw this thing about Dundon, the Trailblazers guy, who was basically said he stated publicly that he wants the city to make several guarantees to the franchise before it agrees to a long-term stadium lease. Otherwise, he's threatening to move them, like literally making structural changes to the city to support the team. And it's like the power these teams have, how much it's like, what is going to be the roof like? Is it all just going to burst as well in terms of these valuations have been like everything's just skyrocketing now. This latest one is set the bar that high.
Yeah. And
what's the point? Where is it going to get to where everyone's like, this is too much? And everything's just going to go, can sport literally just go boom?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good question. I don't know. I just feel like it plateaus at some point.
Yeah.
Because again, like even if these places like return on investment, at some point you're like, well, we can't spend 20 billion.
I don't know if sport can plateau though. They'll figure out ways. Like, obviously, everyone's like the execs and stuff who run them. They have to keep earning. Yeah. And they have to keep growing, otherwise they get sacked. So they'll just keep getting desperate with us.
Well, look, what Conor and I want to do is a sidebar Mount Rushmore of teams we want to buy.
Yeah.
So these are just our personal opinions. I'm going to tell you why. I'll go first. I'll give you my 4 teams, and then I'll give you the reasons as to why I want these 4 teams.
Yep, here we go.
So this is Jimmy's Mount Rushmore of teams I'd buy if I had money. I have the New York Knicks. I have the Brisbane Broncos. I have Como 1907.
I literally fucking knew when you said you had something in Italy, I knew you were going there.
And I have Ferrari.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You said you had one Italian.
Yeah, I made a change.
Correct.
So I'll go through my reasons why. New York Knicks, it's not just the Knicks. So I wanted a basketball team. I originally was thinking the Lakers. You're basically buying the keys to Madison Square Garden. So you're not just getting the Knicks, you're getting Madison Square Garden. You're getting all the Knicks games of celebrities. You're getting boxing, UFC, concerts. You're getting Taylor Swift's wedding. If you own that, you can just rock up. Just wear a suit and tie and go, hey guys, I own the place. Thanks for having me. So for me, it's the tickets to everything on top of the Knicks. Brisbane Broncos, that's a home one. It's a bit of fun. It is one of Australia's biggest sporting clubs. You got that huge Brisbane following. They basically own that town. Friday nights at Suncorp, Origin Town. And I can be the meddling owner that's in the sheds after every win, giving my thoughts, even though no one wants to hear them. I've gone Como, 1907. I've gone location. What's the first rule of real estate? Location. It doesn't get any better. I thought about buying all these different football teams around the world, but I'm buying in the Serie A on Lake Como. The stadium is right on it. I don't need Manchester United. I can spend 6 months a year in Northern Italy. The stadium is, as I said, is exquisite. They're having a bit of success now as well, which really helps. Shout out to Cesc Fabregas. And come on, Lake Como. Just why not? And then finally, I had to go Ferrari, the Prestige. This might be probably one of the best sporting assets. I think like you own Ferrari. It's not just a sporting team. You've got the cars and everything that comes with it. You get Monaco, Monza, Melbourne. You can travel the world.
Such a good one. That they've they own the colour reds pretty much.
Yep.
And it's just
even like the gear, the aesthetic you wear, the jackets, like the hats, like it's all cool. That'd be my top 4.
Top 4, yeah. No, that's you bastard. You took 2 of them. Like the Ferrari one was in my 4. Como had a backup in case you took one or the other. So I was going to switch one of those around. All right. Firstly, my question is, because they're not like privately owned or anything, but can I buy the Ryder Cup European team?
Yeah, see, I thought of that. I was like, can you buy like...
I know they're owned individually by the different like kind of golfing organisations.
Let's just say, I'll give it to you. You got enough money? I'm going
to privatise the team.
Yeah, you're going to privatise it.
Yeah, and every 2 years I get to be the fucking guy.
You're captain.
I'm captain.
Owner/captain. Yeah, look, if this is make-believe.
This is make-believe. It's our dream.
You're talking about like this. We're talking about where's the money stop. I'm sure if you had $1 trillion, they'd find a way to sell.
It's the European Cup.
Yeah. So I'll play on.
Although unless I turn into unless I get Infantino'd for that of being like you're not doing whoever owns it, but like coming in, I'll probably have the same stigma.
I think they might let you be a captain if you're the owner. They'd probably draw the line at playing captain.
Oh no, I don't want to be captain. I think there's too much. I'll be a consultant. Okay. Just a consultant. Yeah, or like one of the captains, but I'd be their vibes guy. But no, I just want to be there. Like you're there, just like you own the team. You kind of have like quiet word every now and then if you want. Like I want Ian Poulsen still there. All right, get him in. So yeah, I don't know, hypothetical, but I'll take Ryder Cup Europe.
Yep.
Just for vibes, in terms of location, I'm going to take Tennessee Titans, so we have a little Nashville baby.
Okay,
Get a little country.
Little country,
Yeah, just that. Great weekends. Just good
Nashville,
time
great spot, just on the up and up and up as well.
Yeah, and I feel like it's one of those assets you could really... I feel like it is one of the most untouched assets of like cities still yet to up. Yeah, I feel like it's growing in popularity. I will, take Chelsea. I'll throw them in there.
Chelsea.
Yeah. And then... this is what we might have to share a baby on this.
You want to buy into... I can see some of my...
Rangers. New York Rangers.
Okay, you're the Rangers. Yeah, okay.
Because I want some hockey.
Well, I'll buy the Knicks, you can buy the Rangers, and we can have 50-50 of
Look at that
MSG.
diplomacy, mate. I like that. Look at that.
It's business, baby.
That's business.
That's how you do business.
We're sharing a child. Yeah. He says divorce can't be amicable.
Oh, I was like, I mean, before the pod started, we were talking about, like, just not talking out loud. Like, we were just looking at ourselves because we wanted to save it for the pod. But it was like, you just got down a rabbit hole, didn't you?
Mate, where can I go with this? Yeah.
But imagine actually being those billionaires who could.
Who could, yeah.
Like, who could go, I got all this, I got cash as well. And just looking through and going, what can we buy into? What can we do?
With this sort of money as well, you could also like look at buying. You could get away from just teams to doing almost just like a league.
Well, I thought that, like the World Surfing League.
Well, that's literally what I was thinking. Like fucking. See, this is what I got.
I was like, travel the world, beaches. I was like, if you met surfers, coolest people ever.
Yeah.
Just absolute chillers.
Just great hangs. They have like fun little parties.
They're all having beers in the sun, surf. I'm like, just a great. And again, I was looking at things where you travel the world, and I'm like, owning that, and that feels like a league you could buy if you're a billionaire.
You could buy, and it's things like almost like or like a competition, like the league or Waste Management Open sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just something weird and fun like that.
I mean, owning the FIFA World Cup.
Owning the FIFA World Cup, yeah.
I mean, Infantino's trying to sell it.
And like Augusta.
Yeah, owning Augusta. You can play it, you can have it.
You can do the Masters every year.
Yeah.
It'd be unbelievable.
You can invite people.
Yeah.
Just, man, to have money. One day. One day.
Keep listening and we'll get there. We'll bring you with us.
All right, well, there's a couple of... Conor's got one, I got one as well. Podcasts. I mean, obviously you're listening to one, but everyone has one now. But it feels like every athlete's moving into it as well. So Jerome Luai and Brian To'o they've started a podcast.
Yeah.
So I think it's called All Chill or something. It's funny, I haven't seen anything like online about it. Like no one's like, there's no articles about it or whatever talking about it. I just saw them post about it. And yeah, they started one. Obviously they'll be playing. It's called the Chill Show.
Chill Show. That sounds like the most those two guys. Just like a couple of Islander guys hanging out.
Yeah. So they've just started posting. I mean, they're going to be playing together in PNG. They still have a year next year in the NRL because PNG isn't there yet. So Luai's doing a season loan at the Parramatta Eels. Yeah. And Brian To'o will still be playing out at Penrith. But yeah, I just like so many athletes are getting into it.
It's insane.
Well, no, I think it's every podcast trying to offer something different. We're trying to change up the way we're doing it now as well. We're trying to, if you have been listening, we appreciate it, but we're trying to do it a little bit differently and give you some sort of entertainment value. But
I think it's interesting seeing how people athletes are shifting towards this, being able to take more control. It's just more control of the narrative, really, isn't it, for themselves?
And what was the other one? The All Blacks?
Yeah, the All Blacks are just sort of started, launched inside the black jersey, so hosted by former All Black Brad Webber and then broadcaster George Harper. So it's kind of 10 episodes that originally got planned across the rugby calendar, one beginning with Will Jordan. So it's an interesting one. I think the All Blacks one is going to be... what I need to try and figure out is, what I need to do more research on is, do the All Blacks own this one and they're just kind of leasing that because they've got the IP behind it? I'm just trying to figure out how that one's working.
Well, there is it must be because it's an official All Blacks announcement. It's on the All Blacks website and see, inside a new home for rugby conversation. Yeah.
So I think that's a really interesting one because obviously it's one of the biggest sports brands in the world. So it's that'd been an interesting one to buy as well, actually.
The All Blacks,
yeah. So it's just, I think it's just interesting how people are taking that narrative, and I think obviously you're looking at social, and it's just more, I think, the clippability of things that people are looking into now, and that culture is just still growing and growing and growing, and it's just a way of people getting more content out there through an easier medium.
Well, I just thought as well, I made a note on our little Google Doc here. We need to do a jersey draft.
All-time jersey draft, yeah.
Yeah, just because, All Blacks just...
is up there. I think most iconic
I'd say even like, you know...
A team named after the jersey they represent almost.
Yeah.
And like their kits.
Chicken or egg, what came first? The All Black jersey or the All Black name?
Name, yeah.
But yeah, I feel like people know what that is and they could have no concept of rugby. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you hear of like Americans who like they've heard of like the All Blacks.
Point to someone in Vegas in an All Black jersey and they'll be like, oh my God, you got the New Zealand rugby jersey on.
Yeah.
Couldn't name a player.
But no.
Yeah, could be pointing at Dan Carter wearing one.
Yeah.
You a fan of the team?
Yeah, who's that guy, Carter?
Yeah.
He must be a good player. I am him. But
we'll need to come back to that because there's some great. I'm just like, I feel like maybe the draft would have to be all time collective. Like you couldn't just single out a jersey. You know what I mean? It's like what teams or nations have the most iconic jerseys all together, rather than a specific blah year, whatever.
Yeah,
I think that would be
top 10.
Top 10 of like all time.
Yeah.
You know they're always going to consistently produce a good jersey.
Yeah, most iconic jersey.
Yeah. We'll have to do that. What I want to do now is I've prepped a little list because there are so many podcasts out there, but I've come up with a little list of podcasts that don't exist but should. So these are all not real, hypothetical podcasts I've come up with.
Fucking go.
So I've come up with the hosts.
Yeah.
Then I'll give you the name of the podcast and a little description. Okay, so I've got 6. So my first podcast that don't exist but should podcast is hosted by Luis Suarez and Giorgio Chiellini. It's called Bite Size. It's short, digestible conversations about the latest news in world football analysis with a little bite.
Honestly, imagine that, like reconciliation.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
Together. Second up, I have Lance Armstrong. He's doing his own podcast. This one's solo. It's called Dope Advice. So listeners call in with their dopey life decisions and Lance tells them where they're going wrong and how to get their lives back on track. Bad decisions, dopey problems, dope advice. Also, I've got a little Lance Armstrong joke for you as well. What happened after Lance Armstrong was caught doping?
Hit me.
He took his ball and went home. All right, next up, podcasts that don't exist but should. Again, this is a solo podcast hosted by Zinedine Zidane. It's called Head First. It's a head-first dive into the week's footballs, life's problems, and we're facing them head-on. Sometimes you've just got to meet your problems head first. You're really going to like this one.
Okay.
This one, I wouldn't listen to this. This would be an awful podcast. But I've got to do stuff for my co-host. You know what I mean? That's
right.
This is why we do this show, not just for you, but for each other. So this one's hosted by Steve Smith, Cameron Bancroft, and David Warner.
Here we go. I fucking would listen to this.
It's called Gritty Conversations. It's the Sandpaper Gate trio reunite every week for some rough conversations about Australian cricket. They're getting to the rough side of the big issues.
Please, we need this. The world needs this.
Gritty conversation.
Yeah, I really like it as kids.
All right, this I've got 2 more. This may be my favourite. So this one is, I won't give you the name yet. I'll give you the description of it and who hosts it. So the host of this podcast is Tiger Woods. So he celebrities drive him around. And they discuss golf, life, and they sing some of their favourite songs. It's called Carpool Caddie-oke. Because we're absolutely not letting Tiger drive.
I was wondering where that was going, of like something crash related.
Yeah, well, he can't drive, so celebrities pick him up.
Next thing where we can go from this, can we find relevant contacts for each of these people and maybe draft a little email and be like, we're a media company and we'd like to start a podcast and see if we get a reaction.
Would you like to host these podcasts on Sidebar Sports?
And we'll see if we get a reply and then we'll talk about it on the pods.
All right, last one I got. One of the, I don't know if you have this saying in the UK, it's very, very Australian, is chewing your ear off.
Yeah.
Have you heard that? Yeah. So if someone's talking to you so much, you're like, geez, mate, you're chewing my ear off.
Yeah.
So that's the name of the podcast, and it's hosted by Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. Tyson and Holyfield discuss the latest fights, feuds, and news in the boxing world and MMA. The Fight podcast you can really sink your teeth into.
Think your teeth into.
Thank you. We need subtitle though.
Yeah, 100%.
They were they're my
Very good, mate.
podcasts.
Very good.
You like them?
Yeah, I like those a lot.
You got a favourite?
That's good time well spent. That.
Yeah. I was giggling.
Good billable time.
Giggling as I put it together.
My favourite out of those would be. I listen to the Steve Smith one. I listen to the cricket one, and then
Gritty conversations.
Gritty conversations would be good. What was the second one? So what you had to remind me.
So we got Bite Sized with Suarez and Chiellini. We got Dope Advice with Lance Armstrong. Head First with Zinedine Zidane. Gritty Conversations, Carpool Caddie-oke with Tiger Woods and celebrities, and Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield chewing your ear.
Carpool Caddie-oke would be fucking great.
It would be good. Like people picked him up, talked about golf.
He's quite a funny dude. Yeah, he's got a good band.
So I think as well, Carpool Caddie-oke, they would pick him up and they would go to the golf course. Yeah. So the conversation would be the drive on the way, and then you could also get him in the golf cart at the golf course.
At the golf course, yeah. And it's basically like an Uber sort of thing, isn't it? Yeah.
We'll reach out to the people, see if you want to host it on Sidebar Sports.
Yeah. You know what? I actually reckon Tiger would see the humour in it and would lean into it a little bit as well. Be like, this is funny.
Yeah. You're going to come pick me up.
Yeah.
Remember, he's like, just on the phone to the president. First episode's Trump. Great to see you, Tiger. I'd pick you up. Come on in. I'll sing some song. I'm a very good golfer.
Oh fuck! That'd actually be great.
The only other,
happen.
That's it for the pod this week. We're going to try and keep it under an hour. We still have, I think, around 10 minutes. The only other ones I was going to chat to you about that I saw on the news. The first one was just quickly. Did you see the Toby Rudolph from the Cronulla Sharks? You see that story about mooning?
No.
So I'll just quickly tell this story. So there are so many bad stories about athletes in the news, right? Doing horrible things. This is a good bad story. So Toby Rudolph went to court for mooning a park ranger. He was walking his two dogs, and then the guy off leash in an on leash area, and the guy was like, "Mate, you got to put your dog on a leash," and he's like, "Oh, I don't have I think he had one leash, so he put one on the leash, and then the other one didn't." He's like, "No, you need two leashes," and he's like, "Mate, I don't have it." They walking near me, they're not hurting anyone, they're not doing anything. He's like, "Nah, mate, I'm gonna have to write you up a ticket." So he runs away. The dogs follow him, and he's a professional athlete. He's a front rower, but I don't know.
He can shift.
Yeah, he can still shift for an everyday Joe. Yeah. And he ran away, and the dogs followed him. They're trained well, and then he mooned the guy and continued running away.
Stopped. Thought about this.
You'll never catch me, cuppa.
Clearly Blake knew who he was though.
Yeah, and then reported it because lives in Cronulla, the Shire, so obviously the Sharks are so famous down there.
Yeah.
And then he had to go to court. I think he got off. Yeah, here it goes. Be very careful. Judges warning a Shark star writes apology letter for mooning incidents.
That's so funny.
Cronulla Sharks forward Toby Rudolph as Kenny's lucky stars after a judge dismissed an offensive behaviour charge related to the NRL star's decision to drop his Dax and flash his bare bum at a local council worker. Had his things off leash. Yeah. So yeah.
That is good.
It's just all time. Yeah. So yeah, he had to write a letter to apologise.
Down in Cronulla as well, you're not going to get away with it, are you?
No.
It's almost like being an AFL player in Melbourne.
That's it for this week's episode of Sidebar Sports. We love you, leave you. We've also got, I'll get this up today. I'll cut it and put it up, so it'll be up on Friday 21st. Put some stuff up on the socials. We've also got a very exciting interview coming up as well with Tom Derricks. Former AFL player, model, singer, tradie, does all this sort of stuff. It's for your Are You OK Day, which is coming up. He's an ambassador for. So keep an eye out for our first interview as well, which we actually recorded last night. A lot of fun.
Yeah, first official Aussie interview. I did a little chat in London, but that was kind of more, we're all just chilling. Yeah, that was a really good interview. And again, this is our first sit down. Me and Jimmy.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, love you, leave you. See you soon.
Yeah, cheers guys.